Welcome back to the Fitness League, helping busy humans build strong bodies, sharper minds, and better lives. Join us each week as we cut through the noise, challenge the norms, and empower you to train smarter and live stronger. If you're new here, my name is Josh. I host this podcast with my wife, Alessandra, and our business partner / best bud, Joelle. We are the founders of the Fitness League and Levolution Coaching. During our time in the industry, our teams have helped thousands of one-on-one clients and tens of thousands of app users to achieve their health and fitness goals, whether that be their dream body, performance and competition goals, or simply living a healthier, happier life that enables them to show up better for the people and things they care about most. Our mission is to make the world a happy, healthy place, and we launched this podcast to give you actionable steps to make improvements in your life starting today. Whether you have ever worked with us or just tune in for conversation and take-home tips, we are here, and we're glad you're here with us. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome back, best bud. Our best bud.
Yeah.
That was not
like,
ChatGPT.
I wonder what I'm going to be introduced as.
The best bud.
Best bud. It works.
I like it.
It works.
It was a little too dry in our business partner, Joelle, so we got to put a little fun in that one.
She's just our business partner. That's it. There's no,
Talk to her 11 times a day, but just a business partner.
Literally. But we got to see each other in the flesh on Saturday.
We did?
So nice without children.
That's never happened.
Honestly, I think that was our first time ever, with the exception of like pre-kids.
I think the only actual time was when you went to Manhattan.
Oh, when you came and met me for lunch. Had you not had Kai yet?
I did. I left him at home.
Oh.
And Josh went to go see
Greg.
our Greg. So, yeah, I think he was like,
Yeah.
he was little still. He was like 1 or 2.
That was 6 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Is that not the
kids on
only
my
time?
Yeah,
Ever?
that would be the only time. Any other time, it has been a family affair.
Yep. Crazy.
I know. And
I
they
know
would
it
have loved
felt
it. They
weird.
would have loved that little museum.
Isn't it funny? Like the day that you finally get to do something without your kids, you're like, oh, Kai would have loved this. Oh, Sloan would have loved this.
I would have loved
We just
this.
think
I would've
about
loved
them the
touching
whole
the
time.
walls and touching the flowers.
Was
Wait,
that worth
so-
$1,000 though? Or are the kids free?
I think kids under 4 were free.
Okay. So it wouldn't
But
have been
wait,
too
remember
much.
how we were, I don't know if you were bothered by all the smells. I'm super smell sensitive and get headaches from smells very easily. And me and Alessandra were both like, oh my God, that's too strong. Oh my God, that's too strong. We come home and Brant pulls 2 boxes out of his jacket pockets. And I'm like, what are those? He's like, I bought the scents from the museum for our diffuser.
That was the first thing he did. You guys didn't see that?
I
did not see that. I did not see
That's
that.
hilarious.
So anyway, now my house smells like the museum because they're diffusing in my house.
Lovely.
So
It honestly
we did,
doesn't when it's like the like reed diffuser, so you like stick the
yeah.
little things in, and so there's like 1 or 2 things in there, so it's not too strong. And I'm like, it actually smells nice when it's not overpowering.
Yeah, I bet they pump that stuff into the
Yeah.
ventilation in there.
You came home with these. I spent the whole time talking about how they were giving me headaches.
Well, no, he bought it before we went in.
He wouldn't even know what they were going to smell like. What if they smelled terrible?
When we were figuring out my
first.
backpack fiasco, he was in the gift shop buying the scents. He was walking around smelling them
Oh,
while
see, I was in
buying
the
scents.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh.
So to catch everyone up, we went to the art museum. First of all, to really catch them up, we had a full TFL meetup. We had our developers.
Yeah.
They were on the East Coast, so we met up in the city. It was great to see them in person. My eyes were actually bugging out. I told them, like, I'm so used to seeing them in 2D that seeing them in 3D, I felt like I was hallucinating. I don't know. It was a weird phenomenon going on inside of my head, but it was actually extremely strange to me to see them in 3D. But it was,
That's funny.
they're such great people. It was so awesome to actually be able to get down the books and be able to hang out for a few hours there.
Yeah, I'm glad
But this
you
is
did
the art
that.
museum in New York City, and the pictures and the website looked so great. And I had asked the group if we could jump in there after lunch, and they all kindly obliged. And by the first exhibit, I realized I was duped.
Yeah, it was
Some
kind of
lessons we
like-
just have to let you learn on your own, Josh.
It was like walls, different rooms, and the walls were like projector videos of like different like
It
there
was
a
cool,
flower
but,
room.
like,
it was cool. I wouldn't
Not
spend
$65 a
$65
person. Cool.
on it again.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was something to do, and we got to peruse it in peace without screaming children and making sure we had all
Granted, the
children.
kids would have loved it more
would
than
have
The
loved
kids would
it.
have loved it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But we got to spend quality time with the team, which is all that
Yeah.
matters. That's why
All that matters.
we agreed to go to the city. Just be with our people. Anyway, we got a special episode for you guys today. We are going to be playing Smash or Pass. So whip out your apps, play along. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little less spicy. It's going to be Health and Fitness Edition. But it should still be fun. We ready?
Yeah.
Be ready.
All right, so we're going to fire off one at a time. I'm going to give a quick hit list on some pros and cons, and we're going to do a quick smash or pass and why. First up, creatine. Pros, one of the most researched supplements ever, improved strength, power, lean mass, growing evidence for brain and cognitive benefits, cheap and safe for most people. Cons, you may experience some water retention, a little bit of weight gain. Doesn't work, quote unquote, if training and protein stink, and it can be overhyped as magic instead of just a helper. It's a supplement. Smash or pass?
Smash.
Smash, baby. Low cost,
Unanimous.
evidence-based.
Been smashing that for about 10 years with a short break. I think I stopped for Kai's pregnancy because that was like, first pregnancy. You don't know what the heck's going on. But I took it for both Cora and Wes and throughout breastfeeding, and I will continue to smash it until the end of time.
I know Josh wants
Amen.
to make a joke so
I know
bad.
he does.
When you're like, I've been smashing that for 10 years. I was like, oh, Josh is going to say something.
Smashing that for 10 years with a little break in between. That sounds familiar. I guess it is going to be a spicy episode. Next up, magnesium for sleep. Pros, can help sleep quality, relaxation, and cramps. Useful if intake is low or stress is high, and glycinate 3 and 8 forms are actually legit. Cons, it's not a fix for bad sleep habits. Some forms may cause digestive issues, and effects are subtle, not a knockout pill. Smash or pass?
Smash.
This is a smash for me. However, I do know some of our coaches have talked about this before. I remember Ari mentioning this, that when she takes magnesium before bed, it has the opposite effect for her. It could be the type of magnesium that she's taking. But as we can learn also from Alessandra's stories the other day, supplements are not always a one size fits all situation. So something might sound really great and you might think that the magnesium helps you at night. But if by some chance that or anything else that you're taking, you notice starts to tank your sleep or have a negative impact, don't keep taking it just because but other people do and they say it's good. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. Don't keep something in that's not working for you. So in general, magnesium is a big smash for me, not just for sleep. Honestly, just in general, I think magnesium is a great health supplement. But you might need to find the one that is best for you because there are a lot of different types.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the citrate because it has that laxative effect, and some people like it because of that. So just make sure you're taking the right kind. But if you missed it, Joelle was just talking about how I stopped breastfeeding. We are officially weaned, and I was like, I'm gonna take Lunar tonight. Josh and Joelle love Lunar. I would like to try it. So I took it. I took half, like the serving size, on, I don't remember, whatever night it was, Wednesday, let's say. And I woke up the next day and I kind of felt funky, but I was like, it's just my hormones. It's just this or that. I didn't really make the connection. And then that following night, I was like, all right, I'm going to try a full dose tonight. We're going to take the full thing. And if you don't know what Lunar is, it's basically just melatonin, GABA,
L-theanine.
It's just like a sleep aid. It's not a magical thing, but you guys both enjoy it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try it. So I wake up the next day after taking the full dose and I felt terrible. I didn't sleep well, first of all, which is what it's supposed to help with. And I felt almost like I was getting the flu, but didn't have a fever. My bones were just achy. I felt my stomach was bloated. I never get bloated first thing in the morning. I just felt really, really off and more off. I knew it wasn't just hormonal. I knew something else was going on. And then I hydrated. I drank 80 ounces of water and Element and flushed out my system, and I felt so much better. So then I was like, oh, wait a minute. That was a new thing for me. That's probably what happened. And Dr. Jamie, who I work with for blood work, she was like, yeah, some people respond very poorly to GABA, which I had no idea, and I've never taken that before. So just wasn't for me, and that's okay. So prime example of you have to sometimes be experimental with things too, and it's okay if it doesn't work out for you.
Also interesting, going back to the magnesium and the energy point that Ari had pointed out. I noticed that with Element, actually. Like, I feel good when I wasn't drinking caffeine at all. I'd wake up, I'd do an Element before I'd lift, and I trained fasted. And I would notice like an energizing effect. Like, I just feel good. And I assumed it was just a balance of the electrolytes, the sodium, not hungry, like just that little kickstart. But I would drink it through the day up until bed. And I noticed on the nights where I actually finished my glass right before bed, I had a really hard time sleeping. So I don't know if it's the form. I honestly don't remember what form is in Element, but I do notice the energizing point. I am a significant smash on magnesium across the board. It's something most of us are deficient in, so taking it in some capacity is very helpful. I love it for sleep. We also have it through the Element throughout the day, so that is interesting. I'll probably check that after this episode, but cool thing to point out. All right, next up, protein. I wonder what the answer here is going to be. Critical for muscle recovery, satiety, helps preserve lean mass during fat loss. Most people still underconsume, and I'll even say massively underconsume. Cons: overemphasized at the expense of plants and fiber. Shakes replace meals too often, and more stops helping after a point.
Still a smash for me.
Still a smash.
Still a smash.
Yeah.
This is to the point where we were just talking about this. I don't think in our last episode, I think offline. Something I was big on, or thinking back on what I was big on a decade ago, when I was not necessarily at my peak aesthetically, but I was strong and I had probably my most muscle ever. Took all the supplements, did all the things, but I was also eating like 400 grams of protein a day at 225, which is too much. That is too much. It's too much, and I did not feel good. That was part
That was
of
your
why I didn't feel good.
digestion.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Very bad.
That's
This is in the middle of like the Barrett's esophagus journey as well. It wasn't from protein, but that did not help my overall issues. But one of the things I was thinking about in that regard is I was eating too much, but I could still be eating more than I'm eating right now. And a lot of that data is starting to resurface now, where you're not maxed out at 50 grams of protein in a single serving when it comes to maximizing muscle protein synthesis and the benefits of that. You're not just flushing out all the excess. You can have 100 grams in a meal, and you're going to see that, emphasized over a bit of time. But even like overall daily intake. So I've been at about 1 gram per pound of body weight for a while now. I am going to experiment bringing that up to 1.5. So the recent data coming out is basically you can add straight protein. Let's say you're in a deficit, you're trying to lean out or improve body composition overall. You can go from that deficit, say you were in a 200 calorie deficit, and add, call it 100 grams of protein to get you to that 1.5. The data is showing you will put on very minimal, if any, fat while preserving and or building new muscle tissue. So just straight quality protein, probably a key caveat there, quality protein, massively beneficial for improving strength and rebuilding muscle beyond the extent we had always thought of. And a lot of people hang around that 0.7 to 1 gram per pound, or maybe it's not per pound of body weight, but ideal body weight, which you want to work towards, or lean mass. Some people go by specifically lean mass. We can go significantly above that from what these studies are showing us, which is why we always give that caveat, do the study on yourself, see if something works specifically for you. People like to cherry pick studies and regarding, what they're talking about. So this is something that I am going to be experimenting with. I have been in a slight deficit. I've been trying to lean back out. I want to get lean and stay lean and then focus on that forever build gaintaining. But this is a tool that I am going to be experimenting with, adding those calories back specifically from protein while I continue to try to build muscle and lose some fat. So hard smash for me.
I also think, like, even as seasoned macro trackers and people who have been in the industry for so long, like, we're very familiar with proper nutrition and like what that amount of protein intake is for us. Like, it's so easy to come in under, even as an experienced, coach and nutritionist and just whatever. Like, so if you're not experienced and you've never tracked or maybe you've tracked here and there for a little bit, I can almost guarantee you're probably under consuming protein. So this is one of the reasons why we love tracking macros in the first place. It's just an education point. Like, it really can teach you so much about what a proper, not just protein intake, but overall calorie intake with the right amounts of macros is for your body. So I just wanted to throw that in there too. Like, you can always be improving, I guess, is the moral of that story.
Quick break, because if you're listening to this podcast, there's a good chance you want to feel stronger, healthier, and more in control. But your schedule doesn't always cooperate. That's exactly why we built the Fitness League. It's not another do more, try harder fitness app. It's a system designed for busy humans. Efficient, effective workouts. We have options from 10 minutes up to an hour. Clear programs you don't have to overthink. Challenges that allow you to stay consistent and invite friends and family to get involved. And a community that actually makes showing up easier. No guessing, no random workouts, no guilt if life gets messy. Just training that fits real life and helps you build momentum instead of burning out. If you're tired of starting over, if you want structure without obsession, and if you want fitness to support your life, not compete with it, you'll feel at home in the Fitness League. You can check it out right now with the link in the show notes. We even offer a 7-day free trial, no credit card needed to get started. Plus, we have a free version you can stay on at the end of your trial that allows you to be enrolled in one challenge at a time. This also is great for inviting friends and family to a challenge who may not want to pay for a fitness app. They can still join your challenge for free. Download it today and start building strength that actually sticks. All right, back to the episode. All right. Speaking of protein, people are calling fiber the new protein. Pros: gut health, blood sugar control, cholesterol, improves fullness and digestion. Most people severely undereat it. And the last I checked, the average American was consuming about 7 grams of fiber per day, which is really hard to do considering the amount of calories we consume. Cons: it's not sexy, so people ignore it. Increasing it too fast can and usually does cause GI issues, and it doesn't replace protein, it complements it. It's a full episode worth of additional pros that I could put onto this one, but smash.
Smash.
Big smash. Big smash on fiber.
I don't know if I love how people are saying it's the new protein, because I feel like that insinuates that protein isn't important anymore. So
Yeah.
just keep in mind, like, one, where you're getting your information from, and two, like, this goes with everything, take it with a grain of salt, but protein still matters and fiber also matters.
Yeah, I think I don't know, because I'm not on the TikTok, and this is probably where it's super catchy, and it is a catchy headline, but it's not that protein suddenly doesn't matter. I think gets viewed as the new protein because for so long, and it's still like this, but like everything with recipes and sharing, nutrition stuff online is like, have more protein, add more protein to your meal, add more protein to your meal. And I'm all about that. And if people start using fiber in the same light, like, oh, I'm going to add chia seeds to this because it'll add more fiber, and I'm going to add beans to this because it'll add more fiber. Like, I am for that. So if it is the new protein in the sense that you want to add it to everything, great. If it's intended to be as something to replace protein, then obviously that's a pass. But fiber in and of itself, smash.
A couple important things to highlight: the brand new protein Pop-Tarts, not filling your cup there, and the fiber juiced tortillas. One tortilla being 26 grams of fiber, also not the best way to accumulate these nutrients. So just a little.
I saw Reese's peanut butter cup protein bars at Costco yesterday. Also probably not it.
Probably not it. I will say, those chocolate peanut butter bites we made yesterday, smash.
Really good dessert yesterday.
I literally Googled healthy protein bites. You can take it, but I Googled healthy protein bites, and this is what we settled on for yesterday. Oh my gosh, so good.
It was like a healthy Reese's egg. Like, it was a lot of, like, it was what? Protein, flaxseed.
Protein.
I mean, sorry. Peanut butter. Flaxseed. What was the other two things? I forget.
Protein, flaxseed, like a decent amount of flaxseed, honey, and coconut flour.
Yeah, so you mix all that up, and it's
melted,
like
the dark chocolates we use to melt, no added sugar. They sweeten it with dates. It's organic dark chocolate sweetened by dates from Whole Foods.
It's so good, but it mixes up, like, the first part with the peanut butter. It comes like to a whipped consistency almost. Ooh. So it was like, you roll that into little balls, you dip it in the chocolate, you let it harden, and it was honestly incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
We'll make them next time. You guys are
Noted.
over. And it took 5 minutes, like literally.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be really annoying to stir together with the peanut butter and all that. For whatever reason, I think the honey broke it down and it just awesomeness. All right, next up, Electrolytes Pros. Helpful for heavy sweaters, endurance and heat. Can reduce fatigue and cramps. Useful during long fast or low carb phases. That sodium does help tremendously with hunger. Cons, most people don't need daily use. It's often just flavored salt, and it's an easy way to overconsume sodium. I'd push back on that a little bit unless you're chugging a bunch of sticks, but
I'm going to say pass for the majority of people. I know might be an unpopular opinion, but for the general public, pass. For myself personally, smash. So I guess it depends on what the context is. But I don't think everybody needs it. Salt your food, and you're probably okay. And most people are already consuming way too much ultra processed, high sodium stuff, so they don't need that extra sodium.
with that in mind, though, that was one of the first things I did notice had a significant improvement to my energy when I was coming out of this Barrett's esophagus saga for a decade.
Yeah,
and
but
it was,
even at that point, you still weren't consuming a ton of processed foods all day long.
fair.
So I think that's just a different, I don't know. Joelle, what do you think?
I am on the same page as you in that it is a big smash for me, but I also know my activity levels, and I also know just from years prior that I just have higher sodium needs. I have really low blood pressure, and I get very dizzy and fainty if I don't have a significant amount of sodium. Significant, like salting my food and 2 to 3 element packets a day. So for me, big smash. But for the average person, for the sedentary person, which technically is the average person, for the person who's not eating a wholesome, nutrient-dense diet and is already eating a lot of ultra-processed foods, then it's a pass.
For the Fitness League podcast listener, smash. That's what I'm gonna say. Probably. Collagen may support joint, tendon, and skin health. Easy to add to coffee or smoothies. Don't put it in your coffee, guys. It's a sacred event. Helpful for connective tissue when paired with vitamin C. Cons, not a complete protein, overhyped for muscle growth, and expensive for what it actually is.
Pass. I've taken it a handful of times here and there, and I never notice any significant improvements in any area. So I just don't bother anymore. I consume enough regular whey or isolate protein. So pass for me.
Yeah, overall, it's a pass for me. I'll leave it at that. It's mostly a pass. The only reason I would potentially say smash is because it's probably not doing any harm. We are just likely spending unnecessary money. But like, is it going to hurt you? No. So if you want to try it, give it a whirl. There are certainly people who swear by it. And then there are the flip side of people, myself included, Alessandra included, saying, tried it, didn't see a difference, not going to continue spending my money on it. So pass for me. But if it were a smash, you probably wouldn't notice any downsides of it.
As someone who takes collagen, I too am going to say pass. I am in the process of attempting to remove these giant lines from my forehead without Botox. So I am taking it as a potential additional benefit, along with using her red light mask and some serums on my head. Not a huge improvement. Definitely don't notice a benefit in my joints, tendons, injuries. So I'll probably be phasing this out of my routine, but I have been taking a few canisters of it for a bit now.
Side note, Alessandra, are you seeing any differences with your red light mask? Are you still doing that daily? And are you seeing any notices on your face?
Josh does it more than me. So
What?
I haven't even, I went to put it on Friday and the battery was dead because you used it all. So I didn't even get a full session.
You did that to me last time.
But I don't notice any significant changes yet.
Okay.
I got it for Christmas, so it's only been like a month.
You got to use it for 90 days in a row.
Yeah.
Before you start noticing like a 15% improvement.
Okay. So what day are you on, Josh?
How many days has it been since Christmas?
About
You've been using it daily?
Yeah.
every day. Yeah.
Wow.
I told you I'm working on these little craters in my forehead. I'm trying not to do the Botox thing.
You're going to succumb to the Botox, Josh.
I will.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's beautiful. I'm not against it, but if I can do it naturally, we'll see what happens. Sauna's another one.
So if anyone's wondering, Botox is a smash for all three of us.
Pass on the collagen, but smash on the toxins in my forehead.
See, there's no
Nuance, baby.
nuance, and like
So funny.
it gets to the point where nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's living the most like Hannah Montana. Where was I going? Oh, like
Sorry.
you can try to avoid all possible toxins and environmental this and that and change all your products and like like when you can make the changes in areas that you want to make the changes, great, but nobody's walking around anti-toxin 100%. Like it's just not possible, so choose your battles, I guess.
I mean, it might be possible, but you're probably
In a bubble.
slightly
Brian
neurotic
Johnson's doing it.
and afraid of
I
it.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks completely sane.
He just wrote an erotic novel on his new girlfriend.
No.
People did not like that on you.
No.
They're like, bro, we're here for the longevity, not your sex stories. But it was like sciencey. It was like describing the entire build up and act through like science terms only.
No. Absolutely
A
not.
little funky.
Who's
It was a little
reading
funky.
that? Who's buying that book?
I did read it. I'm like, where is he going? Like what? And then I read the comments. Like, dude, we're not here for this. Like,
we don't want
bizarre.
this.
I think he means well. Like he's an innocent enough dude. I don't think he's this big scam artist that many others think, but it's a little funky.
It's a little
To each their own. If you're
Won't
trying to
get
make
an
the world a better
epidural, but
place.
Definitely will get Botox.
Listen, I tried to nuke my sperm, or considering nuking my sperm with testosterone. So, yeah, we all got our vices.
I don't know. I heard you might be on the vasectomy train.
I am considering it again.
That's where we're at as parents currently.
She started feeling. I'm like, she went through her thing with the lunar. I'm like, what if there's even the smallest chance that this is her being pregnant? And my heart dropped. So I'm like,
Oh, God.
maybe I need a vasectomy if this is how I'm going to feel every time.
I would just make everybody
Can
happy.
confirm you don't have that feeling. Can confirm. It's very freeing. Very freeing in the Cabanero house.
It's on the table.
All this talk about smashing and passing.
Just here to smash. Greens powders. Pros. Convenience for people who eat zero plants. Some micronutrient coverage. Some.
They're just a
Easy.
pass for me.
Easy compliance.
Skip the rest. Pass.
Yeah. Cons, not replacement for real vegetables, obviously. Quality varies wildly. And it's an expensive insurance policy.
Did you see, speaking of Brian Johnson, he put out a post that said straight up, I'd cancel your AG1 subscription. They just completed a clinical trial and the results show no clinical benefit to the AG1. And that's an expensive greens powder.
That's like $100 for a 30-day tub.
He also broke down their margins. Like the product itself cost $5 and he broke down.
People were like freaking out about it, but yeah, and
I'm sure it's stupid margins.
He gave you two other options that are much more affordable that do have somewhat of a benefit. Yeah, it's $80 a month for AG1, so zero backing to that. By the way,
And this is where I get I like to give these guys the benefit of the doubt across the board. I love what Huberman's doing. He's still promoting AG1, and he must know this.
Yeah.
How much is that kickback?
they're paying them a lot of money.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the commission structure that they get is pretty fantastic. I'm sure he's probably making six figures on AG1.
Just from saying, talking about it on a podcast episode.
Yeah,
So.
I'm sure he probably gets commission if there's a code associated with Huberman, and he's also getting paid for the advertising on his podcast. And money talks, even to the science people.
Yep.
You would think, because this isn't the first person who said that, you would think they would adjust their formula accordingly.
You got enough people drinking the Kool-Aid.
I think that one specifically too is like very popular with a lot of the fashion beauty
Yes.
influencers. So like they have so many people like that pushing it who aren't wellness or fitness based, and it's like
Yep.
that's their client, like that's their ideal client market, is people who have no idea and just hear, oh, this girl that I love following for beauty is taking this, it must work and I'm gonna buy it. That's 90% of marketing these days, unfortunately.
So AG1 segmented, clear pass. For the average person who ain't doing nothing, they're on the typical American diet, would you smash it with a quality brand? Someone finds a cheaper brand that's like, I
I'm
need
still a
something.
pass.
I'm a
Buy a
pass as
vegetable.
of 2026. I was a greens drinker. Kai and
Yep.
I would do our reds and greens every day from 2021 to 2020. I don't know. I think I stopped right before I got pregnant with Cora because I like couldn't do the taste once I became pregnant, and then I just never got it again. But I liked it back then. I did it make a difference? I don't know, maybe, but not significant enough to still be using it.
I mean, for the
Yeah.
amount of frozen veggies you could get, price comparison from a bottle of that to like
Right.
Costco.
I think it's
Pass.
so easy to get tripped up on the greens labels because you look at a label and you're like, oh my God, like look at all these nutrients and the spirulina and like all these things that I'm clearly not buying at a grocery store. And then you look and it's like a 5 gram serving. And almost every greens powder, probably all of them, I don't know if I've met one other than Legion's, to their credit, that wasn't a proprietary blend, which means they're saying 5 grams and then all of this is in it. Instead of saying there's this much of this ingredient, this much of this chlorophyll, this much of this much of this much of this, they hide that and they just make this one massive label and they're like, it's all in here. And in reality, it could be the tiniest little speck, if at all, of that ingredient in there. But you see this big label of all these cool, green things, and you're like, oh, I mean, that's gotta help. It's gotta do something. And it's like a teaspoon worth versus if you just ate a cup of broccoli, you'd get more in that one serving of vegetables than that whole whopping 5 gram scoop.
Listen, if you're tired of the all or nothing cycles, the diet starts Monday, the I know what to do, I'm just not doing it feeling, we should probably talk. Our one-on-one online coaching isn't just about workouts and meal plans. It's about building something that actually fits your life. No cookie cutter templates, no guilt, just real coaching and real results. Plus, we've got a pretty big team, so we can even pair you with an expert who actually understands your lifestyle because they've gone through it too. If that sounds like what you've been missing, check out the link in the show notes to apply for coaching. Then we'll send you the link to book a free, no obligation consult call with our team. There are no hard closes. We won't even take your credit card over the phone. You'll get the details to sign up on your own time. And more good news, we are in fact qualified for HSA FSA reimbursement. One last thing, we even offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. What are you waiting for? Spots are limited, so apply today. All right, let's get back to the show.
Yeah, but it goes back to people want the quick fix. They want oh, I just have to take a scoop of this every day and I don't have to eat a vegetable. Great.
Right. Right.
Which to be clear, when I did take the reds and greens, that was like, I always
Still eating your
disclaimed,
fruits and
like,
veggies.
this is not replacing your fruits and veggies per day. Like that's not how it works. On the flip side of that, we do buy things like spirulina individually. We'll buy like
Right.
our common things are what? Spirulina, flaxseed, chia seed, and we'll add those into a smoothie. So
Yeah.
like you can buy certain things individually that can still benefit you. You don't need to go buy the $70 greens to get the benefit.
All right, things are about to get more fun. Passive tools, recovery tools, and we're going to kick it off with vibration plates. Pros, potentially a mild stimulus for sedentary or elderly individuals. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of all the 20 and 30-year-olds standing on these, jiggling their bodies. Can improve circulation and balance because your entire body is vibrating, and it's better than sitting. Cons, minimal muscle or strength gains. It's overmarketed as exercise, and it's an easy excuse to avoid real training. I'm just picturing somebody bouncing on this thing and playing with a shake weight. That's kind of my picture.
That's basically what it looks like.
Yeah.
pass. My gripe with these right now is you'll see them everywhere, all over social media, and the claims that come with them are just absolutely ridiculous. Like one girl the other day was like, "Oh, this big influencer, she has like 1 million followers, posted it and said, you know, this will make you go to the bathroom every morning. 5 minutes on this, you'll be able to go to the bathroom right away and you're good to go." Like that was the selling point of it. Another one was like, "Oh, I'm using this to drain the whatever
Lymphatic
lymph out of your body or whatever." But you know what also does that? Going for a walk, like just walking.
Actual
So
exercise.
you don't need to buy a 90 to multiple $100 plate that vibrates to get the benefits. Like you could get them for free.
Will it help these
Right.
lines on my forehead?
Probably not. The vibration plates are a pass for me, and unless you are some sort of specialty population, like I want to say someone mentioned it once to me for lymphatic drainage, with like, I feel like we had this conversation, maybe was it with Daria, about her lipedema and that her doctor actually suggested that she use Ziz. But like, even like if that's true, and that was not a dream, then that's a medical purpose. That is like your doctor is prescribing you to do that. And I can't speak to that specific situation. I'm not well versed on that enough. I am well versed enough to know that it is not resistance training. It is not strength training. And that's my biggest gripe. Like when we talk about these smash or pass, obviously we're providing a little bit of nuance here, but it's hard. Collagen, for example, when I mentioned that, I said it's probably not going to do any damage if you take it. So like you want to do it, you want to try it by all means, but like it's a pass for me. With something like vibration plates, I don't feel the same way. And I don't think it's necessarily going to inherently harm you doing the vibration plate. What is harmful is saying this is the same as strength training, and now that person is not strength training. This is the same as getting in a cardio session, and now that person is not doing the cardio session. So this is like a no exception, except maybe some sort of extenuating medical circumstance. This is a no exception kind of pass for me, because the marketing around it is about how this can replace resistance training, replace strength training, replace fruits and vegetables, because it'll just make you go to the bathroom. That's the type of marketing that becomes harmful, because the people who do want the quicker fix, who don't want to do the workout or don't want to eat the fruits and vegetables, they're going to buy this and then not do the other things that they should be doing based on the claims of this. So that's where I think, like, is the vibration plate inherently harmful? No, but the marketing around it is, if that person is choosing it because they think it gets rid of the need to actually strength train or resistance train.
That's such a great point. And I did have someone message me because I put up a story like last week, and I was just fed up with seeing post after post of these things, of like a 20-year-old influencer pushing it. And she's like, well, my son has autism and he uses it to like help. I don't know if it was to calm his nervous system, or like it was something about like the motion of it helped him kind of like regulate.
So anything with like the vagal stimulation?
Maybe.
Like
I don't know the exact
that.
thing, but that's like, again, a special population.
Extenuating
medical.
Yeah.
Yes. The vast majority of you guys do not need to go buy a vibration plate. Please spend your money elsewhere.
Because they're not cheap either.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to make a parody video or satire video, eating like a bowl of cereal on a vibration plate, like all the make this smash
like just
or
all
pass
the
into, like,
silly
a funny reel.
claims.
Yeah.
Like the calories don't count if you eat your cereal while you're on a vibration plate.
I'm evaporating them as they go into my body. So if you guys want to send me $200, I'll make the video. Next up, weighted vests. Pros: increases the intensity of walking, rucking, and body weight work. Improves bone density stimulus, great for conditioning and step goals for those who don't want to run. Not needed for most people is a con. It can irritate joints if overloaded, and poor progression strategy if used randomly. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to smash the weighted vest. It's a useful tool. Something you put in your arsenal, mixes things up a little bit.
It's a pass for me. just don't think it's necessary for the masses. I know you like it.
I'm gonna go smash, actually.
Wow.
I know. I thought that might surprise you.
I am surprised.
I am a pass in the sense here I am like, actually, I am a smash only because I think it can be a helpful tool. I am a smash with the exception of this should not replace your strength training. Or, you know, like I know there's a lot of claims about bone density, which is what is the word I'm looking for?
Wishy-washy.
Anything
Wishy-washy.
you're weighting, you're adding resistance to has the potential to be improving bone density.
Right. How much it's actually moving the needle on bone density, I don't think is much. It's certainly not as much as strength training would actually be. So I think that it could still be a really good tool just to increase the stimulus, increase the challenge of something, go on a walk, go on a hike, put a weight vest on, just adding the extra challenge. And that challenge of an extra stimulus, I think just in general is good for you. Transparently, I don't own one. I've never used one. Actually, well, Brant uses one occasionally on a walk, but I have never used it. But I would say it could be a cool progression tool just to like increase load or increase stimulus, but it's not a shortcut. And it's not going to replace strength training, but for just like general tool to potentially use, smash.
Useful. Has a use case.
Could be useful. Yeah.
Next up, we got cold plunges. Improves mental toughness and stress tolerance, short-term soreness relief, and can help with mood and alertness. The cons is it has the potential to blunt muscle growth if used improperly timed. Becoming a performative fast and not recovery magic. So those are some cons to consider. You all know I am pro cold plunge. I transparently have not used one in 6 months. I am in a phase of life.
Since Joelle was here, pretty much.
No, it was pretty much.
Pretty
That's
much.
because you were
little
just
beyond
you got your ass handed to you, and now you
humbled.
nobody handed me
now
my
every
ass.
consecutive plunge after that will just be a plunge of shame.
I don't know which of the members of our group you're talking to, but I know you're not pointing that at me. You're not going to out plunge me. It's not going to happen. We're just in a period of very high stress, and I don't need the additional hormetic stress. So the things that I am doing to combat that stress and improve my stress tolerance is more along the lines of like breath work, extended breath work, and meditation. That's what's serving me right now. But I continue to recommend cold plunges. Absolutely transformed my mental state during a period where I needed it. And just because I'm not currently doing it doesn't mean I don't think it's useful. So I am a hard smash on cold plunges.
I agree with that. I also haven't been doing it again because we're just. Do you think we'll ever get to a point where we're not super stressed anymore, guys?
No,
It's been a long time.
I'm not sure that state exists now, the more I think about it, but
Yeah,
it's just different stresses and how well you cope.
Yeah, we have plenty of other stressors going on that I would rather do, so it's just not top priority in the wellness bubble for me right now. But I do, again, like it helped me a lot through a very tough season of infertility, and then it got to the point where I did just enjoy doing them. And I did notice specifically when I was running, like when I was first getting back to running, like that did help my legs feel better. Like after a run, like hopping in there was great. So I say smash in the right season. We all know what Joelle's going to say.
I'm a pass.
Oh, I
However-
thought you were going to come in with the smash. I was waiting for it.
I'm a pass in general. However, the one thing to be clear, I am going to disregard whatever wish-washy science there is around cold plunges for a minute. And I'm going to speak just to the mental toughness, discomfort part of it, which is a large part of it. I can get down with people doing things that are hard. Big fan of people doing hard things. Big fan of people getting out of their comfort zone. Big fan of forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. I don't know if that makes it a smash for me. I think it's like still in general a pass for me, but I can get down with the like discipline, mental fortitude, getting out of your comfort zone and like making yourself do something uncomfortable. I like that part of it. I think there's a lot of other ways that you can achieve that though without a cold plunge.
I was going to say, if that's your chosen modality to do something hard, great. And if that's the only hard thing you do in your day, awesome. That was kind of your point, right? Like if that's your chosen
If that's your chosen hard thing, great.
I am going to not push back, but take a step to the left here for a second. I'm not a doctor. Let me make that very clear. If a friend came to me and was dealing with mental health and anxiety and depression, and medication was the last thing they wanted to do, I would come up with a list of healthy habits. I would look at what they were eating. I would look at their exercise routine. And as a part of their entire regimen, I would highly recommend cold exposure. Highly recommend it. Starting your day first thing with it, outside of just the resilience and building mental toughness and doing things, showing up, which is still a part of combating that. There is a nice rip for hours after that intense, not just like, yeah, you can start with the cold shower, but an intense cold plunge. There is a nice rip of dopamine that lasts for a significant amount of time, changes your mood, changes the structure of your day, that I believe would play a key role in that. So that's not me, doctor to patient. I'm not a doctor, be very clear about that. But if a friend came to me and said, hey, what are some things you did to help improve your mental health? Like, what would you recommend? Lifestyle, all encapsulation. If I did the perfect routine in this scenario, and given the scenario of a significant portion of our country and the world struggling with all these things, I would highly recommend it. Even if it's short term to get you through the funk, build it in, put it into your routine, and then take it out. Like when you're in a good place again, it's on my list. Hard smash.
To that point, I don't know if you have ever seen on Instagram, I was just trying to pull up his name. Have you seen Cold Plunge Cam on Instagram?
No.
Yes.
This is a guy who has been on like anti-anxiety, antidepressants, like antipsychotic, don't quote me on that, but all sorts of meds, SSRIs, since he was a kid, like a 6 or 8 year old kid. He's been on meds, and he was on these meds for 25 years. And he has been slowly, literally over years, tapering off one by one these meds, like a milligram at a time. And his whole account is him cold plunging. I don't know where the hell he is, but he is in like icy water, open water, like not a cold plunge tank, but like icy, freezing cold, snowing on him, ice water, in nature, in the wild. And I remember like just occasionally catching his reels. And then I eventually followed him, and he'll sit down and have a conversation with you while he's in the cold water. But he talks a lot about his story of like, I was numbed out from these medications, and like I started cold plunging just to like feel something because I don't know what feeling like myself means because I've been numbed for so long. And it's just really interesting. And to your point about mental health, I think it has had a really positive impact on his journey. So feel free to check him out if you're listening. But I enjoy that account and just his take and seeing him freezing cold, but like have a stoic conversation in the water and talk about like what he's going through on the mental health side of things.
He's just a very genuine page to follow. It's not like performative where it's like, oh, look, I'm doing a cold plunge. Like you just get in the water. It's like you're hanging out with him. And I think I like that direction of social media.
The non-cold plunger following a straight cold plunge account.
Funny? See that?
It's interesting.
It's very interesting.
I think she takes a cold shower every morning.
Oh, I definitely do not. I take if my skin isn't melting off my body, it's too cold for me in that shower.
Josh
That's
knows.
That's how
You see that reel? I think it was was it Chris Pratt? No, it was some other actor. He's like training to finally take a shower with my wife. It was boiling water on the stove, and he's like ready to dip his hand in
dipping his feet in. Yeah. I did see that recently.
It has to be scalding hot.
I don't know what that is. Like, why can men not have hot showers like we do.
It's ridiculous. Because why can't we? Because it's boiling water, and most humans don't appreciate that.
The same way. Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, we got saunas, cardiovascular and longevity correlations, relaxation and stress reduction, easy recovery tool. Cons: doesn't replace exercise, and access and time are a barrier. This is one of the biggest smashes that I can have on this list.
Yeah, smash. Although I admittedly don't use it as much as I should, just because like my time is limited. So when I get to the end of the day, when I like theoretically have time to use it, it's not always my first thing I want to spend my time with, you know. But it is when I use it. I love that thing.
This is such a smash that if like I would like my parents to come over and do this every day. Like if you're doing nothing else, you're not training, like, and they're active, but if you're doing nothing else, I'm saying it's not a replacement.
Yeah.
But just doing this, there are measurable benefits. This is and it stinks that it's not accessible to everyone if your gym doesn't have it, but this is a huge plus when it comes to your health and longevity.
Yeah, it's a smash for me, again, under the assumption that we're not replacing cardio or strength training for the sauna. But otherwise, smash.
Let's jump into training trends, and let's rapid fire because we'll finish up with a rapid fire training trends. Zone 2 cardio improves aerobic base and heart health, low stress, sustainable, great for longevity. Cons: easy to go too hard and miss the point. It's not very exciting, and it does not replace strength training.
Big ol' smash.
I'm gonna go smash.
Smash. Pretty self-explanatory. Rucking, pros and cons: simple, effective conditioning, low skill barrier, real world strength carryover, literally carrying your strength, you're carrying strength. Cons: overuse risk if overloaded, not progressive by default, can irritate hips and knees if you are overloading. Again, this goes right in there with the weighted vest. This is just a specific type of that. So keep your same answers.
Smash.
Pass. Although sorry, rapid fire. Never mind. Go ahead.
This one you can extend a little bit. Mobility routines. Pros: improves joint control and awareness, useful for injury prevention, good warm-up tool. Cons: often used to avoid training, a lot of passive stretching in many routines, and it doesn't build strength. So why don't you two talk to me about mobility routines and why I should or shouldn't be doing them?
Well, a lot of people mix up mobility and flexibility, so it's not the same thing. With mobility, you're strong under that range, where flexibility is passive, like it's doing a split, for an example, which is fine. If like that's your goal is to do a split, then you want to be doing that passive stretching. But a lot of people get mobility work if they're focusing on it within their strength training program. So like if you do a back squat and you're focusing on hitting that full range of motion, that's helping your mobility without doing quote unquote mobility work. I think it's a smash as long as it's built in properly. I don't think most people have to spend hours and hours per week doing extra mobility work, in my opinion.
So with that, I am cement muscles. I can't touch my toes, but I do full range of motion everything. So what am I doing wrong?
Well, why do you need to touch your toes, and why do you need that passive?
Because when I'm doing some type of light stretching even before bed, like I notice overall pain is down a little bit, but everyone's talking about those are just underactive muscles you need to strengthen. My hamstrings are strong as shit. I am very, very tight, and it hurts everything else.
What hurts?
Like if I don't do a solid warm up, if I don't roll out or do a massage gun or something, like my ankles and my knees will hurt until I'm fully loose.
That's just part of being a human. That's 30,
getting old,
almost 35.
Watch your tongue.
It's true.
But this is how I've always been like this. Not just when I'm 35.
It's necessarily a problem unless you are constantly getting injured. If you are lifting and you notice you're not in full range of motion, then yeah, you need to do more mobility work. And caveat, like you enjoy doing your 2 to 5 minute stretches before bed. So like that's kind of separate in my mind.
I wouldn't call it mobility. It's actual stretching.
Yeah,
but
like that's just like you calming down before bed. So I would say, what was the question? Like,
I'm going to ask Joelle now. Why should I be able to touch my toes? Is it actually a con that I can't touch my toes?
I don't think it's a huge deal per se. I think that if I had to choose the importance of mobility versus flexibility, I would recommend the mobility work over the flexibility work. A lot of a lot of the tightness that you're feeling in your hamstrings is probably because you sit a good majority of the day. Obviously, you're very active, but like we all sit at computers a good chunk of our day. And that's where some of that like hip flexor hamstring tightness is coming from. The mobility stuff, and if you asked Joelle like 10 years ago about mobility, I'd be like, that's stupid. Like, I'm not spending time doing that. Like, I have an hour to work out. I'm going to strength train, and like, I'm not going to worry about that other stuff. And it really wasn't until my neck really started bothering me that I started incorporating a lot more mobility work of like T-spine mobility, scapular mobility, just my neck in general, my core stability, but like stability meets mobility in a sense, and started doing a lot more of that stuff, mainly T-spine mobility. But I always thought that I was mobile and flexible. And then like when I had started working with Active Life, they'd, have me do these certain like mobility things, like putting my arms behind my back or whatever. And I'm like, I can't do that. Or like stand up against a wall and like get your elbow and your wrist both on the wall. Like, oh, I can't do that. So like, okay, you don't have good internal rotation or external rotation at your elbow, or, that's when I really was like, oh, I wonder how that does affect like the tightness in my neck, or how it has a downstream effect on where else you're lifting. So Josh, for you, I think that you stretching for 2 to 5 minutes that's lovely, but it is probably not fixing the root kind of issue of why you have so much tightness or stiffness there. Whereas I think the mobility work would help you a lot more. You can YouTube like Smooth Panther on YouTube, and there's some good mobility stuff on there.
I'm only familiar with the Sex Panther.
It's called Smooth Panther.
Or just use your wife's mobility programming in TFL.
Or that. For example, windmills. Alessandra, I know we grabbed some pictures of this when I was at your house, but like when I was first shown windmills, when I was working with Active Life, I couldn't do them with my body weight. Like I could not twist my body that way, get my arm completely like overhead adjacent or perpendicular to the floor. And I had to start with just my body weight. And I was so sore. Like anytime I did them, I was so sore. I'm like, these are just wrecking me. And eventually I added like a 5-pound dumbbell or kettlebell, and then a 10-pound dumbbell, and then a 15-pound whatever. And like this morning I was doing kettlebell windmills with like 20 or 25 pounds. I'm like, man, I remember when I did not have the mobility to do these. And now I do them before every single workout, upper body, lower body. I do them every single workout because it just opens everything up for me. My neck feels better. My back feels better. My glutes don't feel as tight. And so that feels to me way more impactful and like long-term benefit of more than the stretching is what I'm trying to say.
I've always incorporated mobility work like that, like within my warm-ups or like as accessory work, even in my powerlifting days. And I think a big part of it, a lot of people sorry for swearing. A lot of people crap on dance and ballet specifically. I spent my whole life doing ballet. That is the epitome of being mobile. It's not just, it is flexibility, but it's also mobility to be able to hold your leg up by your head or put it behind you. Like that's just me to my core. So it comes natural to me because I've been doing it for so long. Maybe we should get Cora in ballet. But I think that's why you see like football players do ballet or Pilates. Like it's a different type of mobility than they get from strength training.
So my request and recommendation, and the reason I don't do them in the app currently, is because not that I do this very often, but when I do prefer to follow along with those rather than you showing me a 3-second clip. So with those types of things, we need like 10-minute follow along videos.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe we need some mobility programming in the app.
We do.
We have some standalone that's not follow along, but follow along workouts are common for mobility, for Pilates. My mom's going to
I think in the short term, I think we can follow the meditation program approach where we just guide them to the info button to watch the follow along, because I don't want to wait for that feature to be built out, because we can utilize it with a little hack, a little workaround for now.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right, homies. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been listening for a while, we have one little bitty request from you. Please leave us a 5-star review. It does help us to grow the audience. This is a free resource we provide to help you guys who aren't working with us in any capacity. And all we ask is you just help grow the show. You are the Fitness League. Help us grow this community. It means the world to us. One person finds this episode or this show, one thing they can start doing today without spending $1. That's what that review is actually doing. So if you've gotten value from this show, if you haven't, just keep on swiping. We appreciate you trying us out. If you are getting value and you have not done this yet, please leave us that quick 5-star when you sign off here. But with that, we are going to wrap up this conversation with the reminder that change doesn't come in one big moment. It's built in the ways you keep showing up. Take what you learned today and build the best version of yourself for tomorrow. Where can they find you?
I'm at Alessandra Skutnik.
At Joelle Samantha.
At Josh Skutnik.
And everything else you need is linked in the show notes.